from a job. Like,
Yeah.
or well, yeah, they do have a bunch of fucking loot boxes and stickers, fucking outfits. Jesus Christ, it's the same company, you know.
Oh, is it really?
Activision Blizzard. They're combined. It's Activision Blizzard.
Oh my gosh, no wonder.
I was
Okay.
talking to Adam about this actually, and dude, the like three most major shooters I can think of are made by Activision Blizzard. Fucking Destiny is
Uh-huh.
made by Activision Blizzard. Overwatch and Call of Duty. The only other big ones I could think of were Borderlands. Um, actually, I was talking to Devin about this. Yeah, Borderlands and like Halo were the only two other big. Oh, and Battlefield, of course.
Oh yeah. Battlefield's a good one. Oh dude, when you do multiplayer hardcore team deathmatch.
Oh, all right. So, have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes.
Right. What do you think about that?
Dude,
Because that
I'm
shit
not gonna
creeps
lie.
me out.
I started freaking out and when I first like learned about that, you brought it up to me one time actually and I looked it up and like got fucking lost in the wormhole on that one. Like
Huh?
I was like, how that's not like a normal like, oh, this is just we just had a misunderstanding. No, we're talking about like a million people versus like a million people going, no, this didn't happen. And everyone's like, yeah, it did.
Right.
Like that's huge. I'm
So, do you
I
know
don't
what the
know.
theory is?
I don't understand the theory. I think it's a interdimensional thing.
Yeah. So the theory is that at some point, like either like so, like if you remember the thing being the wrong way, you're from a different dimension,
Oh,
and you slipped into this dimension due to some big event that like nobody really
what
knows about.
what the fuck?
Hmm.
Oh, hit a fine match. I can't hit it.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Sorry.
I you're good, dude. That's trippy. Cause like okay, like was it We Are the Champions?
Yep.
Like at the end, like nothing really matters. Like in the end, or whatever they do.
Right.
Or no, not that one. Of the world, we are the champions of the world. Like
Right.
they never say that at the end.
But I swear to God they did. Like I swear to God, as a child,
Yep,
like we used to sing that song all the time, and that would be
I heard it on the radio that way. Like I don't think it's like a psychology thing, dude. Like to have that many people certain about it. So basically, like we got smashed into another dimension is what the theory is because we had a different version. Because there's a lot of talk about like parallel universes. Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about that with Rogan once before too. I like the Nomad the best, dude. What other one was there, Matt? The Bernstein Bears or something like that. The
Yep. Yeah. So it's not spelt the way you remember it being spelt. It's
right,
the
it's
Berenstain
Stain.
Bears. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
instead of S instead of like Stein, it's like literally just Stain. Like
Right. No, it's Stain and not yeah, it's Stein. It's
yeah.
yeah. Um, another one that really. How do you how do you spell tunes in Looney Tunes?
Um, what is it? Isn't it Toones?
Um,
Or is it
sorry.
just two? See. I thought it was like regular Tunes, is what I've usually remember like the actual tunes.
Right. Yeah, so it's always been spelled. Yeah, so it's.
Be advised. Hostile TAC deploy beacon active.
What's that,
So,
Matt?
so it's always been spelled Tunes, Looney Tunes, like tunes.
Tunes.
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way though. I swear to God, it was spelled
Too.
Tons. Yeah, that's how you spell
Yeah,
Looney Tunes. And the
right.
dumbest thing is Tiny Toons for sure is spelled that way. It's Tons, Tons. I mean, like that's how you spell it. But yeah, Looney Tunes is a big one. Like people are just like, dude, what the fuck? No. But it
Right.
also makes sense because a lot of those were like songs when they first started out, like kind of cartoons, like sing-songy cartoons.
Right.
And so they were Looney Tunes, like, and it makes sense that way. But I swear that that's not the way it was. Like,
No, it I always thought it was like Toones, like
right.
tunes, which is yeah, it's freaking me out because I'm like, dude, there's a few like that, like it's like really fucking weird instances.
Hostile
Also, like,
UAV
what
southwest.
peanut butter do you like?
Hostile RCXD spotted.
Um, Jiffy or what's the
Not the
other
name of
fucker?
it.
What's that?
It's not what it's called.
What do you mean? That's not what it's called. I
It's,
just
J-
bought some the other day.
it's Jif.
It's called Jif.
Jif peanut butter.
Oh, that just tickles me the wrong way. I'll tell you what. That ain't even right.
Yeah, yeah,
Whoops, you're
it's
cutting out.
Jif. Sorry, I had to go to the kitchen and look at one real fast because. So I always think of it as Jiffy as well. And a lot
Yeah,
of people think that they just changed the brand to Jif instead of Jiffy. Like originally it was Jiffy, but it's not. It never has been Jiffy. It's always been Jif. And on the fucking stupid peanut butter can, like I just looked at it, it's Jif.
what
It's
the fuck?
not Jiffy peanut butter. I knew you were gonna say it was Jiffy though, because that's why I brought it up. Because it's a fucking super weird one. Like,
Dude, that I
dude, it
swear
fucks
like
me up just
everyone.
looking at the goddamn can. Like, I looked at it and was just like, Jesus, that doesn't look right. Like,
You're like, this is a whole lot of no.
right, because it's just to me it should be fucking like yeah, it should be Jiffy. It's Jiffy peanut butter. It
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
yeah, that does not. Dude, that just does not tickle my fancy. Like, my God, like, what is wrong with this?
No, and a lot of like I was reading somewhere that like a lot of this is like based like people think that like we just as children got the facts wrong like to begin with, and so we just carried that shit into adulthood because it's not like a super important thing, and like a lot of us think it's that way, so we just like made it fact in our brains.
What the fuck? You think though? That's a lot of
Well, because here's the deal:
instances.
people say that. Then this is real, like a real scientific thing, is that so your brain just interprets information it's given, like the best way it can.
Right.
So it's said that you never really can see what something truly looks like. It's just your brain interpreting it the best way it can due to context clues and everything. So like a certain person can look completely different to another person. Like not super, like the features are all the same, but they can look different.
Right.
You look different to yourself than everybody else sees you. That's why a lot of people have
That's
like massive body, like image issues. Like, oh, I'm super fat, but they're actually like insanely skinny, you know.
right.
But they actually legitimately see themselves as like a fat person when they look at themselves.
Dude, that is weird.
Yeah. And so the idea is that like things like Looney Tunes and stuff like that, our brains were wired to see it that way,
Wow.
as opposed to like the other way. And so it's fucking. But when it's called to actual attention, like you like actually pay attention to it and like look at the thing, your
Yeah.
brain like makes it right because they're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be.
Dude, that is nuts.
Yep.
I get it though. I can like I can comprehend it, but it's hard to. Like it's still difficult. Like dude, that barbed wire is so dumb.
So in Cinderella, right? The witch like looks at a fucking mirror, right?
Yeah.
What does she say?
Um Mirror mirror on the wall,
No.
who's the something of them all? Fairest of them all.
No. It's not what she says.
What'd she say?
It's magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Magic mirror?
Magic mirror. I don't remember that being that way either. I've rewatched that movie and I still don't remember it being that way, but it is in fact like the way it is like said in the movie. Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all.
Dude, that's fucking rugged.
Yeah, dude. Like, dude, no, I like went on like a whole thing. Like I got deep into this for a bit. Like I was just like kept looking up shit and it's just like is that what they fucking like what? Like I got onto Reddit for a bit there and like people were bringing up like different accounts of the stuff. So there is one thing though on Reddit that I remembered and I looked it up, re-looked it up just because of this.
Yeah.
There's two versions of
Really?
We Are the Champions.
Really?
Yes. So there is a version in which so the original version does not say of the world. But a later version does, and I think it's a lot like a live version of their song. Like he sings those lyrics at the end of it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so like that one's like a little less like there's actually an explanation for it. And see, that's the shitty thing though. A lot of people think the other thing that a lot of people think, especially for companies and branding and stuff, is that they're just changing shit, and they're changing the history of the thing.
Really?
Yeah, so like, like Looney Tunes, let's say, they just changed it that way, but they don't want anybody to like really think about it. So they're just like, yeah, it's always been that way.
Dude, that's nuts. That's deep. Like it's like almost like a subliminal messaging type thing. Like, no, we never did that. Like,
right. Yeah, it never
our
happened.
hands are clean. Dude, that's fucking nuts. We're getting destroyed.
Dude, a really classic one, though, is so Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars, right? There's like a classic line that like Darth Vader says to Luke. What does he say to him?
Oh, Luke, I am your father.
Right, but it's not what he says to him.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude, he says, "No, I am your father."
What? No to what? Oh, because Luke was saying some shit or something? Like, no.
Yep.
What in the hell? Dude, everyone, I swear to God, that I've ever talked to that quotes that says Luke.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, everybody does. It's even like people like that copy it say it like that.
Yeah. And it's, have you like rewatched that part, like online or anything?
Yep, yeah. Dude, here's another one that's gonna fuck you up. What's Forrest Gump say? Like his classic line.
Oh, life is like a box of chocolates.
Life
And
was like a box of chocolates.
it was. That's like past tense. Like
That's
it's
what he says.
really.
Yup.
Now, do you think on that one our minds can't comprehend the fact that why would he say was? It's
Right.
is like so it just kind of slides by. You're like ah. Dude, that fucking is deep though. Like that shit fucks with me. Like it's like how does like it also puts you in perspective like the whole consciousness thing. Like what are we doing? Like why is our like when I'm sleeping
Check's clear.
and I'm
Let's
and
go.
I'm living and doing some crazy shit, am I actually doing what is reality? Like so like you know what I mean? Like
We've taken control.
that's a I think about that a lot. I'm like, well, what's real and not real then?
Dude,
If I
so
feel like if you can, what's that?
Kit Kat, right?
Yeah.
Kit Kat? How do you
Uh,
spell Kit Kat? Like fully with like all the symbols in it and all everything. How do you spell Kit Kat?
KIT like a slash, not like a horizontal slash cat.
Yep. Not how it's put.
Really?
There's no horizontal slash.
No way. Like even commercials, the old commercials, I thought they had that shit on there.
They
Like
do not. I've looked it up. I got real
what?
obsessed with this one when I first found it out. I'm re-looking through some of these and just kind of mentioning the ones that like I got really like fucking weird about. Cause like I
Right.
literally like a lot of these that I'm telling you, I fucking like rewatched the shit. I like looked into it. Like I looked into past rappers of Kit Kat bars. I looked into like regular rappers of Kit Kat bars.
Yeah.
Never a hyphen.
What in the actual fuck? Like why they got to do that to us? Like
But no, it really dicks with the mind because I can clearly see the Kit Kat wrapper in my brain, and it's
right.
got a hyphen, like it for sure does.
Yeah. Dude, that's nuts, dude. Like, I also wonder, like, is our brain just fucking us, like, when we were younger? Like, I don't think it's that much, though. Like,
But yeah, and so the other option, though, if your brain isn't the one doing it, it's like tricking you, is that there's alternate realities and you've slipped into a one like that's slightly different. Because that's the thing about alternate realities. Like, have you ever looked up anything on that? Like alternate realities, that kind of
no,
shit.
not
I looked up.
oddly not.
I like that kind of shit. Like I really like alternate realities. But like the idea behind that is there's infinite, like an infinite amount of different realities in which you're like you or you, but there's like it could be slight differences, like a whole world. Let's say one day you made a choice to like you walking down the street, right,
Right.
and you could go right or left, right,
Yeah.
and you go right. Well, then, according to the theory of alternate reality, that immediately that second, you created another reality in which you went right. Now, it could just have gotten you there quicker, like to the place quicker or slower, and not have done anything at all. But there's two
Right.
realities now, one in which you went left and one in which you went right. But they could be the same exact world after that. Like, same thing happens to you no matter what, but
Dude,
it's
that's
created a different reality where something very slightly different happened. Or, you could get shot to death, like, instead, and then that's a bigger alternate reality, obviously, change up. Like, if you walked left and suddenly you got killed.
right.
But, like, so the idea behind, like, that would be, like, yeah, so, like, let's say there's a reality where Kit Kat has a dash in it. Like, not a big deal, like, really, right? Like, overall, like, it's Kit Kat, like, doesn't really change anything for you knowing it doesn't have a hyphen in it. Like, in the
Right.
long run, you're gonna still eat a Kit Kat the same fucking way.
Right.
But that'd be an alternate reality, like, be a change up.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. Because I see what you mean. Like, any little difference that you're changing is changing your. It could, if that theory's correct, you create, like, literally just by thinking, you're creating different worlds, basically.
Right.
Universes, or. And that also could be why, like, the universe is always expanding, if that theory's correct. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the theory that is that Darwin, or what is that? Something like that.
I'm sorry?
Is that Darwinism? Like, the world is, like, the universe is always expanding, or no, matter can't be created or destroyed. I think that's.
No, that's not Darwin's. You're thinking that's evolution. Darwin. That's his whole
Oh,
bag.
okay.
I think that you might be. I couldn't like for sure say this because I'm not thinking like 100%, but I think you're more like thinking like Isaac Newton kind of stuff, like one of those
Okay, yeah.
guys. Darwin's a little bit more recent overall, and his whole deal was just evolution and like how like different animals adapt and on like islands and stuff, like why like a bird would be white here but black in a different place and like that kind of thing.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But dude, that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, it's fucking nuts to me that certain things are, like, everyone's like, yeah, no, this is an agreed upon thing, and
Right.
the world's like, no, what are you talking about? This actually is wrong. Like, what?
Dude, what's Hannibal Lecter's most popular line?
Oh, is that what's her name? Uh, I I can't even think of that one.
But do you know what the line is? Like, even if you don't know the name, like let's
Uh,
say the name's blank.
I'm still drawing a blank right now. It's been a while since I've seen it. I know the line as it's just not coming off the tongue.
Yeah, it's the first time he meets her. What does he say?
Uh, something like, isn't it Lucy or something like that?
Sure, it's Clarice. That's her name.
Be advised.
Hello,
Hostile attack
Clarice.
deployed
Never
being
says
active.
that in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Ever says it. Doesn't say it ever.
Enemy attack deploy beacon destroyed.
Dude, that is weird to me. That's really weird. Like, everyone that quotes that says that same thing
Lied.
too.
Yeah. Never was a thing. Dude, how about this? How about did you know Sinbad?
Yeah.
Was he ever in a movie?
Yeah.
Remember the movie he's in? What movie?
I can't remember. I thought it was like a Arabian style.
Enemy RCXD in
Yeah.
your AO.
Right?
I know what I'm thinking of. I just can't think. Like,
Yeah,
you
like
know what I mean? Like,
Sinbad
it's
though.
like
You
an
you know
Arabian.
who I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? Though, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So nah, he no movie
Not a
never
thing.
existed. Never was a thing.
Dude, I swear they made like a fucking game or a movie after that. Like, for sure.
No, never.
Hostile UAV circling.
Dude, how do you
I
spell Fruit Loops?
Fruit Loops. Just how it said.
Huh?
Like, I think it was FROOT, like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I think yep. Yeah, no, you're right. It's FOROOT. I've always seen it as FRUIT, Fruit Loops.
Really?
Yep.
That's weird. I thought it was like fruit. Oh, my own guy killed me.
Take the win.
Look good. Well done, sir. Busta Vegas. I'm gonna fucking find you and I will kill you.
Time's nearly up. Finish strong.
I can't finish strong if time's almost over. Dude, that is weird though. That I think that one could be that one's like one of the more easier ones that could have been um in my mind changed
Yeah.
or like a knockoff, because I think there's a knockoff brand of fruit, F-R-O-O-T, and then another regular one that's, you know what I mean, like
Never
the.
a doubt. Good
Like
job.
Fruity 2D is the one I can think of.
Okay, so Fruity Tooty, it's F-R-U-I-T-Y.
Yeah, yes.
That's what I think. Did I
Dude,
watch some of these people?
Oh yeah. Go
What's
ahead.
that? Oh, I said I watched some of these people playing. I'm like, man, I remember I used to be good at Black Ops. Now I'm just like,
Yeah, dude, me too. Dude, so like when time, like, you know, you get like, you know how time works, right? Kind of.
yeah,
Yeah, see, I'm explaining this wrong, but I'm trying not to like give you the thing. I just want to see if you know
right.
it, you know. So like, what do you call it when, you know, like the, you know, like you fall back or spring forward, you know, what do you call that?
Like, we mean like a time change, like
Yeah,
when you have
yeah,
to do
yeah, like when you change the clocks.
right, like fuck, I don't know. You're stumping me on simple questions, man. Damn it. Hang on, it'll come to me. It's in there. Oh, this is one of my favorite levels, but it's so
Firing
old
range,
too.
yeah. I love firing range though.
Mm-hmm.
Black Ops 1 fucking map.
Is it really?
Yep.
Okay, so you have to change the times and shit. Daylight savings time.
Right. So it's not called that.
What is it?
Daylight saving time.
Oh, literally just saving.
Yep.
Weird.
Yep.
See, and I wonder, like that. It's like, what if enough people said it wrong that we all just accepted it?
Right. No, like a lot of them are like spelling, which is weird, but
It is.
Hostile RCXD spotted.
dude, how do you like? Do you know Mike and Ikes? Ikes? Mike and Ikes?
Yeah,
How do you spell that?
yeah. Mike Nike.
So Mike, like how do you spell like the middle one?
N.
Like just N?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's and. Always been and. Mike and Ike.
Why? Why would
Mike
they do
and
this?
Ike's.
Why would they do this to me?
Yeah, dude. Mike and Ike's. That'll just dick up your whole worldview. Like,
Yeah.
fucking Mike and Ike's. Doesn't even sound good.
It don't even, like, why? It doesn't add up. It don't. No, that. None of that makes sense to me. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I play this game like very aggressive, and it works out, and then other times I just die every second I move. Like it's like, oh, you're dead, you're dead. Like I just get dropped like a fly.
Advantage. We've lost control.
Ah, bitch.
Enemy UAV above.
Aggressively camping. Little bitch.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm about to aggressive. Oh, they're just spawn killing me now. Fuck. I killed that fucking camper, and there's another one.
How about like those noodles that come in a cup? What are those called?
The cupo noodles.
No.
Like why?
Do you know what it is?
Everything.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what reality is anymore, Matt.
It's just cup noodles.
Oh, good.
Yep, noodles in a cup. Cup noodles. Not cupo noodles, just noodles in a cup.
No multiple cups of noodle.
Yeah. Dude, here's one that's
Yeah.
weird. Do you know Judge... Have you ever watched an episode of Judge Judy?
Yeah.
What does she do in that show? Like, she's a judge, obviously, but, like, do you remember her?
Right.
Like, she ever get, like,
Yeah.
loud and, like, yell and shit?
Oh yeah.
What
oh
else
yeah.
does
Like
she
she's
do?
like,
Hostile attack deploy beacon active.
she like fucking hits the hammer thing. She gets
Doesn't
like,
have a gavel. Never does.
what?
Never had a gavel in a single episode of that show.
Are you serious?
Fucking straight up.
What in the actual fuck?
Dude, I was hoping I was gonna get you to say that without fucking actually just like, does she hit a gavel? Like, I was hoping like I would get you to say like that, basically. So I'm happy that happened. But yeah, no, she does not ever do that because she does not have a gavel in that show.
Dude, I swear I've seen her like knock on it. Knock, knock.
I can swear that there's commercials of her like fucking doing that. Yeah.
Doing that. Yeah.
Nope.
Damn.
Dude, you know that Sex City show?
Hostile UAV circling.
Yeah.
What'd you call that?
Enemy RCXD in your
Sex in the City.
What?
Sex in the City.
Sex and the City, yeah. So apparently some people say it's Sex in the City, but it really always was Sex and the City. I think of it as Sex and the City as well.
RCXD in your
Yeah. That is weird.
Yep.
Dude, that's.
Dude, and that's what other people's issues are. It's not straight across the board, right? So, like, you know,
Right.
some of these I see things some way, some of these I see things the other way, but, like, so then people are, you know, saying that, like, maybe... Because then, if you think about it, right, alternate realities, right?
Right.
So that means that there is an alternate reality in which Jiffy was spelled Jiffy, let's say, right?
Yeah.
But everything else was correct. Like,
What
was
do
the
you
way was the actual way it was. So like, Jiff was spelled Jiffy, but Berenstain was still Berenstain. Looney Tunes was still spelled the right way. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a world in which, like, Darth Vader really says, Luke, I am your father. But everything else, like, Jiff is spelled Jiff and not Jiffy like we remember it.
Right.
Right? So there's possibly, like, thousands of alternate realities that way, if you think of it that way. with
Shit.
just these different things, and people are saying that because people remember things differently, that you'd be slipping in, like you could, like a certain person like that had the right combination of things could have slipped into a different reality. So like I could see things as like Jiffy, but also like, oh yeah, he never said Luke was your father, but oh yeah, this is right, but oh no, that's wrong, because my reality was set up that way as opposed to, you know.
Dude, that's fucking nuts to think about.
Dude, yeah, and the other nuts thing is that when you really think about it and you understand how the brain works, in which it interprets information like different ways, that means actually technically everybody lives in their own alternate reality.
Ooh.
Because you interpret information differently, and that is your reality, though. It's the way you're interpreting information is your reality. That's how reality
Right.
works. And so if you're interpreting something different from me, then that means that your reality is alternate to mine.
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
Enemy
I'm
attack
good.
chopper above. Hostile RCXD spotted. Taking this.
And they say, so another big one is deja vu
Yeah.
in dreams, like in which you're a participant in the dream.
Yeah.
They there's another theory that states like concerning that those are you're seeing in all like the lines between your reality and an alternate version of you are like so close together that they're blurred and you can see an alternate reality.
Shit, dude.
Like that's why like
That's
you have a deja vu sense sometimes, is because like yeah, maybe has happened in an alternate reality,
dude in
or and like it's blurred, so you got that weird feeling, or when you have a dream about something but it feels so real and you're just like, god, that was
yeah.
such a real dream. That's and of you're watching an alternate reality being play out.
What the fuck? Dude, that's I've had some like I'm huge into dreams, dude. Love any type of sleep shit. So it's like I always think like you can almost write your next day through your dreams. Like you can literally play it out. I've
Right.
had so many deja vu moments from my dreams that I was like literally would be nervous to go to sleep. So I'm like, what's gonna happen this time? Or someone will say something a week. I'll get it like 3 weeks ahead of time. I'll have like a conversation with Pat, and I was like, wow, that was fucking weird. Because in my dream, I just had like this conversation with Pat, like something like about plumbing, and then 3 weeks later, we're having that same conversation. I'm like, what the fuck is what? I go, oh, I've done this before. Haven't we talked about this before? He's like, no. I'm like deja vu. Like you're like, this
Yep.
is weird. Like you feel like you're catching like. Also, what about Matrix Society too? I think
Right.
that kind of goes into that. You're just like you're figuring out. Like, what if we are our own creator, like in dimensional wise? Like you know how you say you can like you are your own reality.
Right.
What if you can? What if I literally could do stuff that's impossible? Like fits. Yeah, I mean,
Right. Well,
like
and
thought
then
of as.
so I've also looked into that whole Matrix thing. See, your brother really see you got a bunch of conspiracy shit, but I really love alternate realities, or like the thought of it.
Pulled ahead.
And so
Right.
like I've looked into the whole Matrix thing too, and there's a lot of weird stories out there that pertain to that, where like people have like a glitch, like it's called a glitch in the system basically, in which like something like super out of the ordinary happens, but it seems like a computer program that's like just kind of fucked up and is
Right.
feeding the wrong information at the time. But like one of them was like a really creepy one where like, so this guy, and this could tie into alternate realities again though. So this guy is at work, right?
Yeah.
He goes to work like regular, and he gets a lot of weird looks from his coworkers, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And his boss comes up to him, and he's like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, it's my job. I'm here to work." It's like, you called out like 2 minutes ago. Like, you just called out
We have the advantage.
because you're sick.
What?
That doesn't make any sense. Like, you. And so he freaks out because he's like, "What the fuck? What?" And the guy shows him like his phone. It's his phone number from his house. And so he calls his wife, and like, is, "Hey honey, blah blah blah, work said this and that." And she's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And he's like,
What?
It's me." And she goes on to say, "No, you're in bed with me right now. Like, so and so's in bed with me right now. He's sick."
What?
And he calls the fucking house in a panic, and he hears himself answer the phone. Confused.
Oh my god. Are you... Like, what?
Yep.
That's scary, dude.
But then,
That's
and
like...
then he ended up driving home, and like everything was fine. And he asked his wife about the phone call, and she couldn't recall him even calling her. Like, he's like, "I called you, and you said I was here." "No, I didn't. What the hell are you talking about? You went to work."
Dude. Hell no. Like... Like, why? Like, how... Like, so he calls his wife, and she's like, what is... Like, what?
"Who the fuck are you? My husband's at home. He called in sick."
We've lost the advantage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Enemy UAV above. Enemy RCXD in your AO.
Oh shit, I must have killed their own guy. Dude, that... like, what do you do? Like, that's...
Right. And so, yeah, there's like a lot of instances of that kind of shit. Like, where people are like, maybe we are in a computer simulation and the world's just like fucking up around us every so often.
Right. Dude, that... Think of this, dude. To bring aliens and all this. What if aliens put us here in a simulation? And that's why they come and pick us up every once in a while, because we're malfunctioning, like, improper. The alien abductions, like, oh, that's creepy, but like, really, they're just like, oh man, this one's messing up. We gotta check in, see what's happening.
Okay, so I've got some creepy stories for you. Yeah. Okay. So I looked back into this because I had looked through these once before. Okay, I got another story for you. It's creepy as shit. So this dude and his wife, right, come home from a date. Like, they went on a date.
Yeah.
They came home from the date, and the husband sees her sitting at the computer, but obviously he's entering the house with her right then.
What?
And he blows it off as like him seeing shit because he was sleepy, and he brought it up to her later that night as kind of a joke, like, "Haha, this is, I thought I saw you sitting at the computer, which is weird because I was walking in." And she got super dead silent and serious and told him, "I saw me sitting at the computer too."
Enemy RCXD in your AO.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no. Dude, that's bringing like almost tears to my eye, because that's creepy, dude.
Right.
Hell no. Like, ooh.
Hostile UAV circling.
Like, why wouldn't they say anything? Like, is there just like your mind's like, no, this isn't possible. Like, dude, this fucking camper in that middle of there is ruining my day.
Dude, okay. And so here's another like kind of alternate creepy thing. So this guy has a girlfriend, right, of 2 years. Her
Yeah.
name's Susan. And one night he has a dream, um, where he cheated on her, right?
Yeah.
With his ex-girlfriend. And in the dream he could see her, but he could see her from outside the he saw her watching him from outside the window, like a window in the
Yeah.
house, and like she was mortified and like crying and shit. And he later on brought up the dream to his girlfriend, like, hey, I had a dream about this, it was kind of weird. And she told him that she had also had a dream in which he had cheated on her, and she found out about it because she walked up to their house and was watching him through the window.
What?
She had the same dream, but from a different point of view.
Oh my god. So like your dreams can interlap is basically what that's. Dude, if people like talk to each other more and weren't so like feel so criticized, like
Right.
I think we'd learn a lot. Like, dude, that is insanely creepy.
Right.
And what? And again, what if our dreams is just a new reality, like, or a faction of a reality? Yeah, I've seen like, yeah, that's. I wouldn't even know it to know like how that can be. That's not a coincidence. Like that was like they were literally in the same dream from different points of views. Man, dude, the one where that guy called his wife and like she's like, "Who the hell are you?" That is trippy.
Dude, yeah, it's creepy as shit.
Yeah. How do you even like? I don't know. It's like how do you even fuck with that? Like.
No, okay, so here's a dream one. This guy had a dream, two intense dreams, two different dreams in the same night. So the first one of his dreams, one of his online friends called him to discuss her breakup, that she broke up with her boyfriend, and he sang
Right.
her "Don't Cry" by Seal to her, right? And his
Uh-huh.
second friend, he found one of his real life friends dead floating in the bathtub.
Oh.
The next evening, he logged online, and his online friend messaged him saying that she and her boyfriend had broken up. And
What?
minutes later, he got a call from his real life friend, um, wanting to talk to him. But he got freaked out because he had remembered the dream, right? And they were chatting about
Yeah.
school and bullshit, and then he heard a splash in the background. And he asked if she had gotten into a bathtub, and she said yes. And then he asked her what
Oh.
she had done, and she said she hesitated, but then she like let him know. She told him that she had eaten a shit ton of pills and mushrooms to try to kill herself, and she wanted to call him for comfort, and he ended up calling 911 and saved her life.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that is fucking. See, that's some crazy shit. Like, I mean, there's certain things that are just like it's supposed to happen that way.
Right.
Or Final Destination, where what if you messed up a cycle and now someone else has to like pay, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, or maybe he saw a different dimension that did
Different
happen and
reality.
she did die.
Right. Yep. Some people even think that, like, yeah, it would be a glitch. So, like, maybe, like, the Matrix, like, let's say we're tied into computers and shit. They would have a certain code ran through it on how things are supposed to go. And so you have that code, you have that thing. So if it glitched, it could show you something that's supposed to happen sooner than later.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you changed reality off a glitch basically in the
right.
system. Dude, that's some creepy shit.
Dude, it's insane to me that you're level 43 already.
Yeah, dude, I've been just getting it. Right. Oh, bitch shot me right in
The gonads.
there. Right in the gonad. There's.
Not doing well, but I do like this rifle gun. Like this sniper rifle that's not a sniper rifle.
You digging it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This might be my last match here, though. I'm getting fucking tired now.
Oh, dude, I am too. I don't even know how many matches we've played, but it feels like a lot.
Right.
But not. I think it's just maybe the time, like you said.
Yeah, well, because I've been
Dude, that.
playing a bunch of Overwatch tonight, too, just due to the fact this fucking
Oh,
game
yeah.
will not load for me.
Dude, that whole glitch thing though, that could make sense. Like that, I could see that point of view. Like I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing's, like,
See,
super eerie. Like, I don't know. It's the kind of bullshit that I like to think. So, like, a lot of, like, ghosts and shit and like that stuff. But like to me, like fucking alternate realities and like that kind of shit is just like, or my reality not being like truly what it is.
right,
Like really like gets my mind like really going. Like I really love to think about that shit. Like
right, dude. It, and people will be like, no, there's no way. It's like it's religion. Religion. It's like, well, that's not much different. Like you're seeing something from a different view.
yep. Dude, okay, so check it. So I'll tie this in spookiness in like a little bit, even though some of that shit I was saying is pretty spooky to me. But like,
Oh fuck yeah.
but check this out. So there is another. There's a theory out about alternate realities, right? That explains ghosts as the fabric between as an area in which the fabric between the two realities is kind of super thin,
Ooh,
so you can interact or see things that are from a different reality, which would
damn,
explain that kind of situation uh, really
dude.
well
And
to me, because like so
how
yeah,
I
you see
felt.
something like walking around, like something walk by, like could be just somebody strolling around their house in a different
Right,
reality, like, and they don't even see you, like you just happen to like glimpse through like the fabric of reality for a second. Or things that can interact could be that they are like they do know you're there and they're like just as fucking freaked out or whatever, like
right.
as
They're
you
like,
are,
oh,
because like if
so
to the opposite reverse side is like, you know,
dude,
oh, welcome to the club trophy. What? Level 10. But yeah,
dude, that makes sense, dude. Also, when the first time I seen one, um, something fucking nuts happened. It felt like I was being pulled into like a fucking something.
see, and that would make sense then. Like,
Like I felt like time stopped. Everything I could hear kind of just went away, and it could have been my fear mechanisms or my like fight or flight.
right.
Um, but literally, it felt like time froze, and we were just standing there looking at each other. but I knew, I mean, I know for a fact that it knew I was there because I was staring right into its eyes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, it, and maybe not, but I mean, like, I got that feeling like, hey, I'm here. I see you. You see me, and then gone. Super freaked me out though.
Hostile attack deploy beacon
And I
online.
could, yeah, dude, I could.
Hostile
That's why
UAV circling.
I kept trying to place something else with it because like it felt like I was somewhere I shouldn't be. If the, you know,
Yeah.
I am in the wrong place. That's how I felt. Like I'm invading something. And I was like, and it was while running too, which is even weirder. It wasn't like I just like, oh, I'm walking into a room and I'm like, oh, hey, this isn't right. It was like I'm running, 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 and the next thing I know, fucking time warp. Like, which is a freaky deal though.
Right.
And your perception of reality doesn't want you to be like, it's like, oh, this isn't real. Like, but what's real? Like, I honestly believe that if people can think of it, it can
We can
be
still take this.
become like semi like with like in a fantasy world or in another dimension. Like if you can like create it in your mind, it can be created. Like you know what I mean? Like something crazy.
Right.
Mission clock is running down.
Ah, damn it. And the last kill,
Feeling
too.
buyer's remorse.
We gave her hell, Matt. Yeah, I'm not. Have you ever listened to like videos that are supposed to like help like certain sleep patterns?
Yeah, no, I used to listen to. I wasn't able to do it for very long because I would always roll. Oh. Out of bed, but I was listening to a lot of vivid dreaming ones because
Yeah.
that's what I wanted, like something that I'd like to be able to do is like control my dreams. I think that'd be really cool.
Right.
Feel like like act, like do whatever you want in a dream.
I think you could. I think I would look so much more. Are you doing another one? Or are you hopping
Oh,
out?
let me see. Let me see what we got here.
I think um, sleeping would be so much like you literally are the king of your world at that point. If you could do anything.
Yeah. No, because you'd be basically just like, yeah, you can just do whatever you want. Like, it'd be cool as shit. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Fly.
Like, like I want to go to Egypt, fly around a pyramid, and then go to New York and fucking walk around the fucking Big Apple, like because I
Right.
can. What if you did drugs within a dream and got hallucinating in your dream while high.
Yeah, that'd be
I
fucking weird.
I think that's a little far, but
A
I mean,
hallucination within a hallucination.
yeah. Now we're talking about Inception.
I thought one of these guys had a dog, but I guess maybe they don't anymore. Like I thought for sure
I
one of them did.
I swear they
Canine
do.
you
Like,
there's Nomad does. The guy you picked does. Okay.
he does? How do I
Yeah.
get the dog?
I don't know.
I'm be
I've seen
like
him
a
around.
boss. Yeah.
I think you have to just get
No
enough points.
shit. Or like without dying, probably like
Right.
a score streak.
Black Ops, weapons free.
Damn. Someday I just want to be, dude. So that lucid dreaming stuff is giving me
Taking
some
control.
fucked up dreams, though. I mean, I've had some real crazy shit. Like,
We're behind.
So you've been trying that?
listen, yeah, listening to that stuff though, it does. I maybe subconsciously trigger something. Like, I put on my over the head
Taking the lead.
headphones. My ears hurt when I wake up, but it's worth it, dude. It's something crazy.
Like what happens?
Like, dude, you'll also have like such vivid dreams. I'll wake up and be like, no, I'm not done with it. I need to finish the story, and I'll fall back to sleep and continue where I
We're losing the fight.
started. And
Oh.
I'm gonna start doing a dream journal so I can understand more. But yeah, I mean, you kind of lose your memory of it. Like,
Right,
you do,
fast.
like, I'll wait within like the first minute of waking up, I can forget like everything, and I think I lose valuable information by doing that. Like, I think that dreams have a lot to offer you if you listen.
We've taken control.
Hilarious. Fucking Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that journal thing like at night, like in the morning when I wake up, and just jot any kind of memory I can think of from it. Like, I think that'll help, like with what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no, I think it would too. But do be careful with it a little bit, cause like I do know a lot of people say it can cause a sleep paralysis, which is really fucking freaky.
Really.
Yeah, I've never had it happen, thank God, because I think I would just might actually have a heart attack. But like, have you ever heard of sleep paralysis? Like some of that shit?
It's not where like you see shit in your room and you can't move, and like
Yes. Yep.
you
It's
think it
literally
you're
that. Is that yeah? You
that
see shit in your room, but your body can't move because it's and so what it basically is you waking up when like you're not supposed to. That's essentially what it is actually.
and now you have extreme paranoia basically attached to that, like.
Yeah, because so what happens is your brain like, so you're awake, but so your body releases a chemical that makes it so you don't like fucking flail about when you're asleep
Right.
and just like fucking freak out or anything. It releases something that stops that. So you when you're in your deepest sleep, you can't like roll over and choke yourself to death or roll off the bed or anything like that. Um,
Right.
and it's your brain waking up or partially waking up during that point. So you can't move because your body still has that shit in it. But
Oh
also,
shit.
what happens is that it's still half in dream mode, so you can see
Oh.
shit as well.
Oh.
So like, Yeah, so you can see like yeah, it's like something coming at you or something like walking towards you, but you can't move, and then like you start freaking out because you can't move, and something like you think you're awake.
Right. And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm super happy that's not happened to me, but it's associated with like vivid dreaming apparently, because like you could wake yourself, like you said, you can wake up and go back to sleep, like
Right. And
um,
and continue. Dude, I might have had something like that before, Matt. Cause I've like I've done that a lot, dude. Where or I'll fall asleep, wake up and be like, wow, this is really interesting. I know I'm awake. I don't really move, and then I'll just close my eyes and accept that I'm not done sleeping, and then continue my dream. And usually I wake up late for work every time something like that happens too. Like I can't get up. Like it's like a deep fucking like trance in a way.
no, I get you.
It's odd. Dude, that would creep me out. I think a lot of alien abductions can be falsified with sleep paralysis also.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because you wake up and you're freaking out. You got things standing over you that you're like, this isn't happening. This isn't real. It's like your dreams come alive, like a weird. That is weird that you get the sensation of people in your room and shit though.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
I
would be.
want
I would
no part of
truly
that.
be. No,
Like,
like that would. If that happened one time, I'd be like, I do not want to do this anymore. I'm
right.
done trying this.
No, I stopped my whole thing soon after like learning about some of that stuff. Like it was associated with that because I was just like, I don't want any part of that. Honestly, like I just like it would be neat to be able to control my dreams. I don't think I can handle like a sleep paralysis deal. Like I just don't think I can mentally handle it. Like,
Oh, it'd be fully
yeah, I think it would
fucking frightening.
fully just fuck me up. Like I think it would, and I just don't want
Yeah.
to even put myself in this situation where it could like really dick me up.
Right. Dude, yeah, I'd be to the point where I'd be terrified to even think about sleeping. Like, just fucking
Right.
terrified.
Enemy RCXD in your AO.
Fucking RCXD came right to me.
Dude, I think I hear it.
That blew me up.
Oh,
There's another one. Awesome. Blew me up again.
Close. Make it official.
you're like, this is excellent.
Ooh, yeah, this has to be my last match, though. My eyes closed for a second there, so that's not a good sign.
You're doing
Yep,
a Michael.
yep, pulling a mic. Except instead of like trying to like force myself through 6 more rounds of this and like just being fully asleep, I'm just gonna
Just
fucking
accepting it.
bow out, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been running around with just the pistol. It's been working pretty good for me.
Mission
Oh, dude.
objectives green across the
I,
board.
cl I climbed over the thing and shot the person in the head. That's fucking awesome. Like mid climb, you can just hold the gun button and it shoots. I was like, okay.
Dude, yeah, I like that a lot of the actions that you can do, like you can hold the gun button and it'll just fire. It's not really accurate, but like it'll still like shoot off like a gun would.
Ooh.